So after, 18 holes, I'm like, I never want to touch a golf club again. Because I've I've hit so, you're like, oh, just focus on hitting one good shot per hole. Well, damn it, I'm hitting 8 shots. One out of 8 ain't a good percentage, boys. One out of 8 ain't gonna get you into the Hall of Fame. That's why I prefer playing 9, because I can still remember some good shots.
I started the recording back so I could say this. We went way too long on our recording of this, so welcome to part 2 of That's Just Golf.
So I got a question. About y'all's competitive round, the trifecta. So in those situations, are you trying to play, like, what's your thought process? Because, when you're playing around and, like you said, you're getting beat by a worm burner and you're like, how am I losing to these guys? How do you reset? Are you playing against those guys? Like, what's your what was your thought process and what should have been your thought process when you're getting beat by guys that are not as good as you guys are? They're not striking the ball as well, but like Tony says all the time, as long as it's going in toward the hole, it doesn't matter.
Clearly, right? No, maybe we're not describing it as good as we could. The other guys that we played with were fine golfers. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, like, let's say you're playing a scramble. They might have had one of the 2 shots be acceptable, and the other one was
Okay.
kind of squirrely. Whereas Garrett and I, it was like bang, bang. Okay, let's pick
Gotcha.
the drive that's
So
5 yards
best of the
farther.
best. Yeah.
Yeah, or let's pick the putt that's there was so many times we both have 10 footers and we're like, well, this one has less break and this one has
Okay.
more break. And the other guys are like 30 feet from the hole and the other guy's in the hazard and they somehow make the 30-foot putt. You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff just gets exhausting. So exhausting mentally.
Wow.
I
Um,
told Tony that it's almost like, and I don't believe in this in any way, shape, or form, but it's almost like there was some type of like a universal karma energy, something that there was allowed to be a certain amount of luck in this foursome, and our half got given to them. And when you sit there and you're missing 2-foot putts because there's an old cup that's spitting it one way or the other, right after you watch them drain a 35-footer that broke
Yeah.
18 times.
and just drips right into the cup on the last
Wiggle.
roll. Yeah.
Yeah, their ball gets to the hole almost dead and rolls one more time in. Ours does the exact same thing and rolls one more time right or something. Like, and
Yeah.
it's just, I can handle that happening one time. But after 27 holes of this crap, it's like,
Yeah.
I can't take this anymore. I was
It's
so,
not your day.
And the one guy chipped in for birdie on a hole too after his buddy had like duffed it or something like that. And he drops the putter or the wedge and just looks around like,
every
oh
time
my
I do it,
gosh.
and every time it happened to, I just look at Tony and he's just going, you know, and Tony, you didn't even know this because we didn't stick around very long afterwards. We drove to the parking lot and it was a quick, had fun, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Bye.
Let's
But
squash it.
I was so tired, I couldn't even leave yet. I went back over to the scorer's tent and sat there under that little in the scorer's area completely by myself and drank 2 more beers. Did not say a word to anybody. And I wasn't trying to be antisocial. I just sat down and drank my beer. And I sat there for 30 minutes just replaying and thinking through, like, what is there anything that I need to be like trying to figure out here? I mean, I hit the ball as well as I think I can hit it. I I rolled it as I rolled it where I was aiming most of the time. I just, didn't go in. You do the same thing. And I'm just sitting there like trying to think through, okay, what do I even need to work on? Do I need to go putt? Do I need to go sure as hell I'm not going to practice putting right now because whatever I'm doing right this very second is not working and we're not going to do more of that. But I don't think I need to go hit more golf balls and I don't think I need to I don't. I just think I need to sit here and drink a beer and think about it a little bit. So that's what I did. But I was
Well,
too
and I mean,
mentally tired to leave because I was just like,
yeah,
I was just
yeah,
ready.
we got beat by quite a few teams. Like people in flights 2 or 3 flights below us scored better than we did. And granted, they might have been
Wow.
playing from the senior tees or something like that, right? But still, like we
Hey,
got beat by like 10 handicaps. It just what are you gonna do? You know, what are you gonna do?
Two
And
different
again,
nines.
didn't hit the ball bad, didn't hit it poorly at all, just putts didn't fall.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think to answer your question, Mike, I try not to, and I don't think I was really because you're not playing. We weren't playing just them. We were playing, 5 other teams in our
A
flight.
field, yeah, mhm.
And I always try. I used to be really bad at this when I was playing a lot of tournaments and stuff. I would get so competitive with the guys in my group that I would kind of forget that there's 140 people here that I don't just need to beat them. I tried really hard to just stick to what I needed to do and not care too much about what they did. I figured that if I didn't, if we didn't play good, they weren't going to matter anyway, right? So we got to control what we control. And I tried not to think too much about them. I was probably a little bit more concerned with what's the scoreboard look like. I would ask Tony, like, what are the scores? Where are we sitting right now? Whatever. How far are we at first, second, third, whatever. But I tried to just stick to let's do what we can do. And we were having a hard enough time with that. So I didn't have time to worry about what they were doing. We were having a hard enough time ourselves. But
Well, but I mean, like, again, and let's just think of how crazy this was. If you think about it, how many greens in regulation did we actually miss in any of the formats? Out of 27 holes, maybe 2?
we didn't miss any in scramble, I'm sure. I don't think. We didn't miss any greens in scramble, did we?
Meadow number 3, I think the par 4 where we 3 putted it, but it wasn't because we were on the fringe.
It was a
That r
fringe.
It was the front right pin where you have to land it short to get it
Yeah.
close, yeah. I
Fringe
don't think we
putt.
missed another in that one.
I don't think
Alternate
so.
shot, we missed the one we missed the triple bogey, obviously. But
Yeah.
aside from that, I don't think we missed any on that one.
Mm-mm.
And then the best ball, I don't think between the 2 of us, we missed a green in regulation.
No.
And our proximity to the hole on most of our putts was inside of 30 feet. So if you had said you're gonna out of 27 holes, you're gonna hit 25 greens in regulation and your longest putt is gonna be 30 feet. I mean, the odds are you should make 10, 11, 12 birdies.
Well, yeah, let's I don't know if I don't want to make this a really long thing, but let's see if we can recap it really quickly. The first hole we had a 25 footer for eagle, the second hole we had a 12
Mm.
footer for birdie, third hole we had a
18-footer fast downhill for birdie,
yeah, we drove it.
pin
One
high.
was one of our birdies. We drove it almost pin high and chipped it to 2 feet.
No, it was pin high and it was my drive. It was a par 4 pin high drive. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Let's make sure we get that in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, made the birdie
Um,
there. It was you hit a good wedge to 2 feet or a pitch to 2 feet, made that.
yeah. Number 2, I hit a shot that I thought was we both hit shots that we thought were gonna be
Phenomenal.
like 6 feet, and they the green kinda runs away from you there, and they ran into the back fringe,
But it
and
was an inch
20
off the
foot
green. 20
20-foot
foot,
putt.
scared the
I'm gonna
hole.
grab a beer. Keep talking, boys.
Yeah, you
Be back.
good. Yep, scared the hole. It just ran right across the edge. Next
5
one
was
was that
or
the
3,
putt
yeah,
from the
our 5th.
fringe. Yep,
Putt for the
yep,
fringe from about 45, 50 feet. That was a tough one.
yep.
The next one, you hit
25
the
foot.
green 25 feet. The next one
We
was
both hit the green with the second shot, and we chose between the 2 putts, and we chose mine.
that's right, that was the one so number 5, which was our number 7,
Uh,
that was the most perfect sandwich that I can hit. I literally
uh-huh.
thought it may go in. Like, I'm sitting there saying, when I said "Be right," I'm thinking, "Go in." And it was a fine shot, but it was 10 feet, not 2 feet, you know?
Uh-huh.
And then the next one is the one I think I had a gap wedge that I thought was about 3 feet,
And it
and
was like
15,
25,
yeah,
and that was the
15 or
old
20.
cup hole. Yep, that
Yep.
was the old cup hole, so we 3 putted that one.
And that's the thing too, when we had a 25 footer, we thought it was gonna be 5 feet. It wasn't a straight putt. It was that putt had 4 feet of break to it, right? And
Yep,
then
uphill, downhill, over the river, and through the woods. To
yeah,
3-putt land through an old dead cup we go.
yeah,
So that was that side. So we hit every green in regulation if you count 1
the
inch off the
fringe,
green in the fringe, yep.
right.
And then the
Um,
next one was the alternate shot.
we were 8
I
feet
hit
on the
it
first
to 8
one,
feet. Next
definitely
one was
missed
the
the second one.
triple, yeah. Then was the
The
par 5. We did that one fine.
the par 5 I went 4 and 2.
Yep, and I pitched it on,
You
so we were on
pitched
the
it
green.
on, and I missed the putt.
Yep,
Then I hit it to I don't know. Again, number 1 was one that I thought had whited out the flag, and it was like 15 feet by it. You missed that. You made the one on the par 3. You made the one on the next par 5. The
Barely missed the one on the next one.
mhm, and then par
Putted the par
3.
3, missed it.
The par 3 is another one where we both it's modified alternate shots, and we both hit tee shots, and I think it was like 12 feet, missed that.
And then I
The
missed the
last one
4-footer.
is the one I stuck to 4 feet. So, yeah, we didn't miss a green in alternate shot. If you would've told me or we missed 1. If you would've told me we're only gonna miss 1 green in regulation and modified alternate
Uh-huh.
shot, and and then told me also what we did in the scramble portion that we just went through, yeah, I would have thought we had a very good chance at winning based on
Uh-huh.
that. And instead, we
Yep.
were, I think, dead last through those 2.
Mm.
Probably. Yeah, and then the best ball, I don't think we missed a green in regulation that one either.
This was maybe the funniest thing. I know it's not the same nines, but I shot even par on my own ball on the best ball portion, and we shot even par as a team in the scramble portion. Like, that
It's just
makes
crazy.
0 sense.
It's just golf.
I don't even think that's golf. That doesn't even make sense in golf land. I'm
You
sorry.
know what?
That's
I just figured it out. It's karma for us winning the Sully's League every single week
that might
for
be it.
what, a
Yeah.
year straight or whatever it's been we've been doing it. It's been a
Yeah.
Did you
which we
guys,
gotta
like,
find out. We gotta
kick
find out if
some
we won this one.
puppies or run over some squirrels
Yeah, I don't
recently? I
know.
mean,
I don't know
you
what
guys
happened.
I don't think we win the last one, though. I haven't heard yet. We should be getting the results from that soon, but, I don't think that was enough to get it done.
That was
It
the
was ju
Augusta one, right?
64 at Augusta. Yeah, I don't think that got it done. We'll see. Maybe we're wrong. But,
I gotta stop playing these simulators though, because how many holes did I hit putts where they popped over or lipped out? Every time we've played in this Sully's thing, I probably have at least 2 or 3 putts in an 18-hole round that hit the back of the cup and don't fall or do a lip out thing.
yeah. Yeah, it's the it's I don't know, it seems indicative of real life, but in a different way. Like in real life, you seem to burn the edges, but there they actually hit the hole and don't go in.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen anything quite like that. I'm now on my 3rd putter in a week. I've changed putters twice in the last
Oh,
week.
no.
Every time I
I
play
just
Riverwood, I change putters.
I just so funny you say that. I got my new putter in today.
Ooh,
Uh, so that'll be fun to try. I haven't changed putters in like 3 years, so it'll be nice to
what is it?
experiment. It's just a Cleveland, Huntington Beach, black putter, fang style putter. I have my colleague had one in a lefty version, and I was rolling putts with it left-handed during one of my last classes 2 weeks ago. I was like, I really like this thing left-handed. I bet you I'd really love it right-handed. So, I got a healthy discount from our Cleveland rep, and so I
Mm,
figured it'd be
shout
worth
out
it
to
for
Cleveland.
Cleveland tricks on, worth it to take a flyer on it, and it's a business write-off, right? It's
I
an
love it.
expense.
I
So
love that.
Yeah. So,
This
Mike,
is
you played yesterday.
yeah, tell
like
us all
yes.
about this. No, no, no.
We've
Time
gone
out.
for
Time
38
out.
minutes. Your turn.
Time out. I gotta stop this before it
Uh-oh.
starts because Mike's like texting
What's wrong?
me, I need some advice. I need some help. I'm gonna play golf tomorrow. I was like, well, what's the pressure here? And he's
Easy.
like, nah, I just need some help. And I was like, okay. So I figure I'm gonna help my boy out. I'm just gonna call him because he's obviously stressed out or needs a tip or
Yeah,
something.
I
So
don't need 20 text messages about what deciphering these golf tips you're giving me. I need to
right.
verbally process with you.
Yeah, so I
Uh,
called him, FaceTime real quick, gave him a crash course golf lesson just on one thing, and now I'm
It's
anxious to
helpful.
hear the results.
Well, shout out to Colin, Kenny, and Tim, who Colin, my neighbor, invited me out yesterday. He won a raffle a year ago to the day, and literally we have to play on Thursday. It's the last day. It's been a full calendar year. Do you want to play? And I'm like, absolutely. Baseball and track ended on Monday, and all of a sudden my life is starting to open up again, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays when I don't have the boys. And anyway, I go out and I'm like, well, so Wednesday we played on Thursday. Wednesday, I'm like, okay, I can putt or I can go chip or I could go hit some balls at the range. And I'm like, well, I'm thinking, why not just do what you're quasi good at, putting, work on that, feel really good about that. 'Cause I know what I just 'cause I know myself, and I know if I spend an hour at the driving range, none of it's gonna translate, so why waste my time? I haven't really swung the club since I was with you guys at Sully's, and so I remember when I was playing with you guys at Sully's, Tony's like, "Be athletic, get a little movement forward," 'cause I think for me, and maybe some of the listeners can relate, like, when I'm standing over the ball, just not moving, it's really hard. I'm like, "I don't know how to start my backswing," and so, we were talking about how to get a little movement forward and then try to get some movement going back, and, you know, it's no fun. You guys cannot relate to this, okay? So maybe some of the listeners. Every time I go play golf, I'm the worst golfer there. It doesn't matter who else is playing, I will be the worst golfer. So, no, I know that going in, and so
When you're playing
it's
at
hard.
Prestonwood, which is a fancy, schwanky private country club, they play a
Yeah,
senior PGA Tour event there every
absolutely.
year, the SAS, yep,
Oh,
it's nice stuff.
and yeah, and that being said, Tony, yeah, I had a hard time making putts because it was really McGregor. I practiced at McGregor my putts, and McGregor's pretty fast, but man, Prestonwood, it was like you just tap it and it goes. And so what I thought was a strength was just like it was a liability with everything else. And bless Colin, I'm riding with Colin, my neighbor, and he's like, "What'd you get on the hole? What'd you get?" He's so positive, which I love. You always if you're gonna play bad, you wanna be riding with somebody that's positive. You say, "Hey, what'd you shoot?" I'm like, "6, 7, just give me an 8." Every hole, "What? 6,
Just give me an
7,
8.
just give me an 8." And so
So wait, how many putts were you averaging per green? Was it mostly like if you
it
said you
wasn't
shot a
terrible. No,
okay.
it wasn't terrible, but I mean, what I was like, uh, I'm like, "Okay, let's just 2 putt. Hey, let's 2 putt," but it was so fast, sometimes I was 3 putting,
One of the
but
things that always gets
I putted okay.
one thing that took me a little while to get comfortable with, and I'm still not there, is that it's the speed of the greens, but when they're fast, the break is harder to read for me than normal
Yeah,
because I mean, it's just gonna break more, and found when I'm playing the really fast greens that are a little out of my comfort zone, it's not the 30 footers that I have a hard time getting close,
yeah,
it's the 4 footers I have a hard time making because now I do have to play at a ball out, and that feels really strange to have to give up the hole on a 4-foot putt,
that's right.
but, sometimes that's if I have a hard time with fast greens, it's usually that part, figuring out the read.
Well, and that's the another, part of golf that makes it challenging is every other sport, it's a uniform field. Rim is always 10 feet in basketball, free throw line, three-point line always the same distance. Football field's always 100 yards from front of end zone to front of end zone. Soccer pitch is the same. Baseball gets a little different with outfield right at the wall, but the
Sure.
bases are always the same.
Dimensions. Yeah,
Yeah, the dimensions are the same. With golf, not only do you have a different each hole can play different every single time, but the speeds of greens of different golf courses. People, play at their own home course that the greens run at a 9 or a 10, and then they go play TPC Sawgrass, or they go play at their buddy's elite private country club and the greens are rolling at a 12. It's like you're not calibrated for that. That'd be like the
yeah,
basketball player going out and all of a sudden they've changed the rim height to 12 feet. It's
mhm,
not gonna be the same. They get the whole
yeah,
perspective on the shot, everything changes, trajectory, all that stuff. Same with firm versus soft greens. If you can't calibrate quickly and learn,
mhm,
"Oh, I gotta play this 10 yards short rather than flagging it," it just becomes more challenging. There's a lot of variables, obviously.
Um,
Anyway, so you played with your friends. Did you have fun at least?
yeah, and you and I talked about this, on Wednesday when you were giving me some advice, like, I'm one of those guys, and I don't know, maybe Garrett can relate to this. Like, I was telling Tony, like, I got a compliment from the baseball coaches because I threw batting practice on last Saturday, and they're like, "That's the best BP I've ever seen. You threw a 95% strike rate for an hour straight." I threw for an hour straight. They're like, "That's incredible." But I'm thinking about the 5%, the 5% of balls that I threw for balls. I'm not focusing on the 95%. I'm harping on, damn it, I missed those 5%. Like, why wasn't I perfect? And that's this. But I just told Tony, I said, this is how my mind works. And so after 18 holes, I'm like, I never want to touch a golf club again. Because I've I've hit so, you're like, oh, just focus on hitting one good shot per hole. Well, damn it, I'm hitting 8 shots. One out of eight ain't a good percentage, boys. One out of eight ain't gonna get you into the Hall of Fame. So I'm so but the front. That's why I prefer playing nine, because I can still remember some good shots. Like, I hit the ball, after 12 hours, after, I'm like, oh, I'm like, you know what? I didn't play that bad, considering I don't play. And
So when was the last
yeah,
time before you hit golf balls with me
two
and Garrett at
years. I didn't hit the
Sully's?
ball in 2 years. Sorry to all my clients.
The guy's on a
I live
golf
in the gym.
podcast and coaches and trains golfers to get in better shape and helps them, and he
Probably.
hasn't
I
hit a
mean, it's
golf
been
club
two
yet.
winters. I was playing a lot. I was playing 3 times a week, chipping, putting. Then I was going to the driving range once a week, at least. And then I was playing at least once a month. And then the winter came, and then it's been 2 winters. And now I'm finally picking the clubs up again. It's because I'm single and I've got more time on my hands.
Yeah.
So why not? But the night, okay, I know, to put a bow on this non-competitive round. I was trying to think of some positives, and one of the positives was my misses were pretty consistent. Okay, so a lot of my misses were I was topping the ball. It was still going straight, but I'm topping the ball, and just what you guys were talking about earlier. And then my other miss was I'm blocking. I'm left. I swing left-handed. I do everything right-handed except golf. So my left-handed swing, I was blocking the ball to the left. I was having a hard time closing the club face. So at least I was like, okay, at least you have two things that you're consistently doing. So maybe I can clean that up for the next time.
Mhm.
And so those guys were so nice. And part of golf, it's not all about your score. And I honestly, guys, I did not. I mean, I swore a couple times under my breath, but I have a meltdown. I didn't make it uncomfortable for anybody. Like, they were generally like, "Hey, this was really fun." And they paid for my dinner. We went out to dinner afterwards. And so now I'm
Nice.
on the hook. I'm like, I need to get these guys on at McGregor or 12, probably 12 Oaks. It's easier to get a tee time over there. Yeah, those guys were great. And I was, honestly, for me, I was like, I did not have a meltdown because I went in with low expectations. And when you're the worst golfer, I didn't make it awkward for anybody by, like, slamming my club or cursing. So I take that as a win. So there you go, the bow on the round. And I do want to play again. After 24 hours of focusing more on the positive than the first 12 hours of focusing on nothing but the negative, I'll be back.
He'll be back. That's good.
I'll be back.
Well, and that's the whole thing is Garrett and I are sitting here relating our round, but what's the commonality here? We played phenomenal tee to green golf. You played less than stellar tee to green
Thank you.
golf. And yet, no matter what, all three of us are like, that sucked. I could have been a lot better. That's the commonality with all golfers. It doesn't matter what your skill is or what your handicap is. Everybody always thinks they could do better. And that's what draws people in. That's what keeps you coming back. Is if you can
Yeah.
master something, it's like, well, where's the fun in that? There's no challenge anymore. There's nothing left to accomplish. I've done it. Right.
Well,
So I think
yeah, I
that's the
mean,
fun part.
I dabbled in bowling briefly a year or two ago, and it was a and I loved bowling. It was a lot of
Oh,
fun, but
Lord.
I am not a bowler, had never been a bowler in my life, and was averaging, like, probably 160, and I think I bowled, like, a 212 one time,
Wow.
and that
Dang,
day, I'm just
Garrett.
like, "This is
Gee.
easy," like, and I'm looking like because they list all the perfect games that month or whatever, and there's, like, 18 people that have rolled a perfect game this month, and I'm just like, there's not as much of a challenge than that. I mean, I'm not trying to knock bowling, it is still challenging. I've never bowled a 300 or anything like that, but It's I could see perfection being more attainable in bowling. It is attainable. I mean, you can have a perfect game.
Yeah.
In golf, that's why I love and hate this stupid game so much, is because that all these things that we're complaining about and all these things that we hate about it are honestly the same reason that I kind of ignored the brunette the other day, because I'm more obsessed with this than I am that, you know? It's it's what we hate about it is what makes us love it too. And one thing I've been reminding myself of a little bit, Tony, is and Mike, but when I'm on the course and I'm complaining about that's just golf or whatever, I have to remind myself that I am the one who chose to do this. It's not like anybody forced me to play this game. If it's that bad, then go home and don't do it, you know, but this is the game you chose. Don't, you know, don't blame it for not being fair. You
Yeah.
signed up
Yeah.
for it.
The flag stick is just sitting there like, I'm still here,
That's
undefeated.
right.
And that's exactly right. I was sitting there thinking as we were talking about bad breaks you get in golf. I have played 2 tournament rounds out at Riverwood in various events, right? Call it a par 3 or something else. I don't remember what it was. No, it wasn't the par 3 tournament. They might have been 2 club championships or something else. And on number 3 of Deer, the par 5, I have hit the flag stick with my wedge shot twice. And both times they spin off the green into that front right bunker.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally a perfect shot. It's coming in, you know, it's flag hunting. It could dunk or it could go in the bunker. And 2 times it's gone in the bunker. And you just sit there and you're just like, I mean, I remember Tiger at the Masters many years ago. I think he was wearing a yellow shirt in the video on this shot. He gets to a par 5, he hits a wedge, it hits the flag stick, spins all the way off the green into the water.
Mm.
That's just how the game is. Perfection is often punished, not rewarded. That's the
Yeah.
crazy thing about it.
Well, and I am almost positive that that happened to me in the at Lonnie Pool in the For the Pack tournament, because in
Uh-huh.
mine I hit a shot that was right at the flag. My ball mark was 5 feet from the flag, and I from the fairway I couldn't tell quite what happened, but it just took a really unexpected turn to like 10 o'clock, like hard left and rolls off the back. And none of the guys in my group could figure out, like, it shouldn't have bounced that hard, not with a
Uh-huh.
full lob wedge from 85 yards, and I think it may have just glanced the flagstick. But yeah, hitting the flagstick is one of the worst things you can ever do. I don't understand why all these guys still like to putt with the flagstick in. There is absolutely nothing good that can come from hitting the flagstick. I'm convinced. And even with a putt, like nothing good happens when you hit that. But I would take it out from 150 yards if if I had time to do it.
If you knew where the hole was, yeah.
That's right.
I
No,
gotta
it's
I gotta toot my horn one time on for those who've played Prestonwood. They on the 17 they have that island green where you gotta. I think it's like
I know it's
120.
yeah, I know what 9 you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, like
I've played
even
it.
if you've never played it, when you drive on High House, you see you see this island green. So I got it. I hit it, and I think I'm sure I 3-putted. I don't even remember, but
Didn't matter, you hit the green.
didn't matter. Honestly, it was all about because how many times are you staring at a water hazard and you're like, I cannot hit it in the water, and you hit it in the water, and I was like, there was 4 of us, and only 2 of us hit it in one shot, and the other 2 kept dropping balls and kept dunking it in the water, and I had a 58-degree pitching wedge, and I was like, and I went back and grabbed my 9 and then just hit a nice little, up and landed, it was probably 20, 30 feet from the hole, but I was just glad that it did land in the water, right? So
See, that's the shot that has the positive memory that'll keep him coming back.
that's right. Bring me
That
back.
one shot, yep.
Yeah.
I could do this. I could do it again. I could do it 2 or 3 times. I could do it all 18 holes. What's wrong with yeah. Mike, you better just slowly roll. This is gonna get expensive.
Yeah. I tried this for a little while.
Garrett misses a teed up ball. Just chip it on the green.
I think I'm overselling my chances just a little bit, maybe. I don't think that she was interested. It was just the fact that it didn't even dawn on me that she could. I don't know if it's my obsession with golf or if it's just a lack of confidence in my dating game, but I was like, she can't be interested in me. There's no reason. But it didn't even cross my mind until she was like long gone. I should have at least tried. Like I should at least get shot down. Like just to you gotta
Amen, brother.
you gotta stay in practice. So I was disappointed in me for that. The version of me that Mike first met would slap the shit out of me for the way I handled that. I mean, come on, man, take your shot. I don't care if he says no.
The PAR method is now going to have a third brand called Dating Corner or something like that.
Yeah.